What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It's been a minute. I am Racquel, and tonight we getting into Candace Owens versus Princella, the Queen Maker. They had a versus, really. They had a discussion. I would say that Candace was more of from her beliefs and desires, which she's entitled to, and Princella stayed on the subject and used statistics. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Before I get deeper into that, I just want to let you know that everything that is discussed here is allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. Okay? This is just, I'm going to give you what I saw from watching the shit. I'm going to give you my feedback. And I'm going to just talk. You know what I'm saying? I might pull a couple cards too. But that's what I'm going to do. Okay, that's what we're doing tonight. That's why I got the picture up. So everybody know instantly when they pop into this broadcast what's going on. And you would only be able to see this if you were watching like from Twitter or, Rumble or some shit like that, or YouTube. So anyway, let's get into it. So, it comes across my screen, and I'm like, wow, Candace Owens and Princella, right? Now, I know a lot of people, they have their feelings about people, right? And this is where I say I'm one of them people that is going to probably be different in my opinions, or my viewpoints, okay? And I'm not afraid to express them. And I mean no disrespect when I say this. I feel like many of us have a very herd mentality. We look at one clip of somebody and we determine them. Now, yes, we are energetic and we are of collective consciousness. And to a degree, we can pick up on a person, yes. But there's still an entire person that you can, really get to know. And it's not that big a deal because all you're doing is clicking on the video. You ain't got to go visit that person. You ain't got to take a flight to see them. None of that. You just watch them talk and watch their body language or whatever, however you go about your analyzation process. Some people are just to the T, and some people, it don't take all that. And you know what? Let me light my incense because I always do this when I start this broadcast. I wait to light my incense. At any rate, with all that being said, I say I don't just look at a clip and dislike people. And quite often, I'm going to be honest with you, if the public is for some reason against the person, it really makes me want to go and see what they're talking about. Because, like I said, most people have a herd mentality. So, and then most people, they're quick to jump into their emotions about shit. They're quick to get in their Malcolm X emotions, right? They're ready to ride out at dawn about every fucking thing. And it's not necessary. Sometimes it's good just to observe. I want to apologize that I've been missing. I'm just getting my energy back. And I wasn't feeling well. And it wasn't even about as much as me not feeling well as it was energetically. My body needed to rest, so I'm coming back. So anyway, so I said all that shit to say, so I would go check Candace Owens out. Because one thing about me, I know how media works, and they're always going to put out something inflammatory. And depending on me as one that edits their own videos, depending on what narrative you want to sell, which I don't do that, but I just understand you can do that. Depending on what you want to do, you hook people in emotionally with the most salacious clip you can find about a person. But a clip does not define a person. People are very layered. Even those that you feel that are shallow, they are layered. So I said, let me go see what the fuck Candace Owens talking about, because everybody hates her. So, right? It's crazy. Like, people, I hate this woman. You don't know this woman. I mean, they hate her. They hate her marriage. They hate whatever the fuck. She's a mammy. Whatever they got to say about Candace Owens, they have said it, okay? So I would go and watch her shit and I'd be like, you know, the girl's intelligent. Because one thing I'm not going to do is disagree with somebody and hate them because of their viewpoint unless they are diabolical in nature. Unless they are disgusting, heinous, sinister in nature. Outside of that, no, no. See, what I feel is that Candace Owens, and I'm going to get to Princella, okay? We getting there, but you got to be cool. I feel that Candace Owens, in her mind, she means very well. And again, she's very intelligent. The girl's intelligent. When it comes to someone who has a degree in mass communication, public relations, when I look at her through those lenses as a black woman, I mean, I have to give her flowers on that. Whatever the fuck Candace is, she goes hard for her beliefs. And I cannot be mad at a person like that. Who she marries, not my business. The nefarious shit, I don't fuck with anything nefarious if it's going on. But overall, Candace Owens has a mission and she feels she's doing it with good intentions. And I feel like she's very intelligent, but I also feel like there's a naivety about her. She's naive in some aspects. And that's not a bad thing. That's not me dissing her. I do not dislike Candace Owens, and I won't because y'all tell me to. I don't feel the reason to cast a stone at this woman. I don't agree with everything she says, but hell, I don't agree with a lot of people say. People say a lot of shit. And they don't be saying shit. You know what I'm saying? And even to you, I could not be saying shit. And that's still fine. It just only reinforces what I just said. People say a lot of shit, man. People be talking. You let a motherfucker talk long enough, they will run out. People just do that shit. That's what they do. But from my degree, in my understanding and how I've moved through broadcasting, she holds up. Now let's talk about Princella, the queen maker. Let's talk about Princella. See, a lot of men look at Princella and the first thing they hear two sentences of what they say. And if this is not you, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But here on this here channel, I say what the fuck I want to say. That's just what I'm going to do. If you don't like that, then I'm not the channel for you. So, Princella. A lot of men tend to look at Princella. They hear a couple lines of what they say. And they're saying she's trying to make lesbian. She's trying to solidify her stance on wanting to become a lesbian. She's trying to, you know, all of this shit that they just instantly say about Princella. They just instantly say about Princella. And this is how I know y'all don't listen to what people say. What y'all listen for is to validate your assumptions on who this person is to you. So you want to validate your perception of the individual. You're not ever really trying to get to understand the individual. And this is why Princella is missed upon. Y'all so busy going on just surface instincts and your own biasness, you miss gems out of people. When you're trying to look for something of what you feel it should look like, a lot of times things that are good for you don't come in the form of what the fuck you think it should look like. But if you would just try to understand, see, and that's the thing, like, how can we move toward love? Y'all got to stay with me, okay? This is how I'm talking. How can you move? How can we get to love when we are unwilling to get to know one another? You develop an appreciation. Good evening. You develop an appreciation for people through learning who they are. You learn the good about them and that you learn the things that you might not so agree with about them. What you cling on, if the things that you disagree about are not heinous and you could tolerate them, you supposed to treasure the person for the things that they bring that are positive. But y'all always looking at people with your own biases. Oh, she married white. Oh, she wants to be a lesbian. Oh, shut the fuck up. What does this... Let's talk about you, motherfucker. Let's talk about how perfect you are. Let's talk about the big impact that you're making on the world. Since you know so much, because you got so much to fucking say. So let's bring you to the forefront because you know best. Candy, you know how I get. Let's bring your funky ass to the forefront because you know best. So I sat up here. I said, let me listen to what Princella says. Now, I am adult enough and woman enough to let you know statistics is not something I give a fuck about. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't give a dog's turd about statistics. I'm not here to argue with you about whether they're right, whether they're foundationally. They could be right. And I believe some of them do have, maybe even a lot of have relevance. But statistics are a roundabout because there's no way everybody on the planet can be that analyzed to the T like that, to get proper statistics. Everybody's not going to report their health status. We see that because we got ignorant motherfuckers jumping around burning people. Tag, you it, bitch. Your pussy about to fall off. All you gonna have left is your balls because you won't go to the doctor. And I get it. As a black woman that has worked in the hospital, I'm talking about I went in the hospital. I'm not going to get into detail, but I'm just going to tell you like this. I went into the hospital with a very idealistic, a very fantasized and maybe even fetishized idea of my impact there. And I quickly realized that I was deluded and it was something else. And so after working there, I'm not really too keen myself about when I don't look for reasons to go to the doctor. I just don't. I do what the fuck I feel I have to do. And sometimes maybe I'm wrong or not. Maybe I'm wrong, but sometimes I might even be gaslighting myself to go with some shit. Because I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of this shit is very questionable to me. You can call it trauma. You can call it drama. You can call it me being black. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you what it is. Y'all think because y'all label shit, it don't change what I'm telling you. Put a label on the bitch. I don't care. Write it in magic marker. Permanent. So things be questionable. And this is because I pay attention to a lot of shit. And but I will admit, I pay attention to what I pay attention to. That is true also. Princella, and it's really in her name. When you break it down, Princella, it's telling you a lot. Now, I'm not going to get into breaking it down for you because I really believe that everybody is entitled to their own interpretation and should try. Okay? Princella is different than most women that I encounter. She holds a conversation, is very educated. She's very controlled. It's times that she can get, she get passionate. I'm not going to say that she's not above that. But when it's time to get to business, she really knows how to execute a conversation and stay on topic. She's like a calm pit bull that has bit down on her opponent, and she's not going to let you go. She won't turn you loose. I value that about Princella. That's her gift. That's her stronghold. She knows a bunch of shit. I don't know why. I don't want to know that shit. But she knows it, and I fuck with it because she knows it. And it's good to enjoy and get that from somebody else. That's what makes us so beautiful. We're different and we contribute so much. We don't have to be everything because somebody else is that. You just have to give them their flowers for being so. And we don't do that because we want motherfuckers to be like us. We're controlling. And then we get mad because our government is controlling and tyrannical. Well, that is very strange. Because let's be honest, y'all want to control how people live, how people think, how people breathe, how people eat. However they do, whatever they do, you want to control it. And the real reason is because y'all scared as hell that you feel like when people have choice, they will chronically make the bad decision that will put your security at risk. So you want to get in front of the bullet and control. No, that's not what this life is about. It's not about you controlling anything. It's about you controlling yourself, if anything. But a lot of people, they failed that. They have a really hard time with self-control. But yet they want to control everybody the fuck else. Here's the key. If you were minding you, I promise you, you would have no room or care or concern about what the next motherfucker is doing. Unless they're on your front lawn fucking up your grass. Unless they doing something disrespectful to your household, your children, your husband, your girlfriend, your wife, whatever the fuck. Unless they're really messing with your life, I promise you, if you were working on you, other shit just wouldn't matter. But we don't do that, and we're controlling. And we don't want anybody to control us. We call our leaders tyrants. We call it totalitarianism. We are oppressed in so many ways. But we walk around oppressing everybody else. But for some reason, we feel like as the collective consciousness, as oppressive as we feel like something external to us should be the direct opposite. I don't know. That don't make no fucking sense. Nothing about that makes sense. We're controlling. I digress. So Princella is so, you know, you got two very intelligent women within their own right in different areas, but that's okay because we're different. So Candace Owens represents somebody in the collective and many of them. And Princella represents for other people in the collective and many of them. And we've got to see these two women sit down and have a conversation. Candace went forward to articulate her points in a very Candace way. In my opinion, they were more surrounded around her beliefs, her programming. But she presented it nonetheless. Okay? And that's okay. It's okay. Because it's people like that. Again, I'm not a statistic person. I think think anybody can give you anything and say it's real. What you going? It's like when the people that put these statistics out, it's really like, who gonna check me, boo? That's the kind of energy they have. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not to suggest we're weak. It's just when you really think about it, have they ever been checked? I don't know. We're checking it stuff based on other stuff that was still contributed by somebody. Somebody put it there, and people are fallible. What we do know is our lived experience. That's what we can prove from our life. That's what we can prove. But it seems that people don't want to share their lived experience. They're doing a little bit better when we got this TikTok. But it seems like a lot of people want to share everybody else's shit and talk shit about it. Somebody just flamed Tia Mowry. I said, not the sister girl. Now, she ain't coming for nobody. That lady is having a hard time. Leave her alone. They fried her ass. I mean, but she set herself up for it. I mean, but I ain't came here to talk about that shit. I did laugh, but I felt bad. I felt bad for my sister because she don't deserve that. Yeah, she just, you know, she means well. And I'm going to leave it like that. As we all do, right? And guess what? Princella means well, too. She is. She's passionate about how she feels. She's combining her knowledge of what she's researched, what she's lived. She's went down the rabbit hole with that shit. She wrote a book. She ain't playing with you niggas. I have people in the chokehold. And what I like about it is she presents herself in a way as she's calm with it, but she comes in provoking. Not in an antagonistic way, but she said she comes in this take me as I am persona. She's very authentic, I feel. I feel like Princella is authentic. I think she has a mission, and she's serious about that mission, and she's taking it out. So Candace is coming with her feelings and beliefs, and Princella is coming with her lived experience and her knowledge, her depth on this topic when it comes to her study. Or what she say, the 47 or 48 shades of men or some shit like that. That's a lot of shades. That's a lot of shaded shenanigans, baby. That's a lot of shit. But, yeah, I'm married. But I will also say that I wasn't married. And I will also say that I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I have been wild in it as recently. I was right, but I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, though. It's okay. Princella, she comes as she is, man. She don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, she got her hat how she want to wear, her gold teeth, whatever. And she don't look crazy. Now, that's one thing she don't look crazy, but she still come raw with it. So she just, she starts the fucking conversation with a question. She either asked her, I think she said, define patriarchy. What is patriarchy? Now, listen, when a motherfucker start with a question, they about to tear your ass up, respectfully. Because they want you to hear your own answer. They want you to go ahead and hang it up on your own. Let me set this trap for you. And Candace responded in Candace form. Before Princella, there was other people. Because Princella, you know, she doesn't do content that caters to people with short attention spans. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you watch her YouTube, she don't cater to that. So she showed you all the people that Candace spoke with prior to her sitting down with her, because she wanted to paint the picture for you so you could really get what's going on. What was very obvious to me, okay, and this is just what it is. Most people use their emotions. Not her having my girl. She don't break. Listen, she shouldn't though, because you got to understand, sis is playing her role. She's playing her role in this. She playing a role. And I feel it to be what she really does, if not started, with good intentions. I can't be mad at her for that. She's articulate. She has class. She has cool decorum. All of that. But see, okay, look, listen. Listen. I get where you coming. She don't need a platform. But again, to me, and this is not to offend you, because you my girl, but to me, that's controlling. Because who are we to say who needs a platform? It is your responsibility as an individual to discern what the fuck you're consuming and what you're believing. And when you do not do that, when you not take responsibility over your life, you can be led astray anywhere. So yeah, I get what you're saying. She needs to heal, but we all need to heal. We'll be forever healing. But whatever she still has played a role, because at some point there was a comparison that to lead you to realize, like, I ain't trying to be like that. I ain't trying to be like her. She's still bringing awareness, whether that's disagreement, agreement. She's doing her job, and I ain't mad at her. Princella was on that ass though, in a very respectful manner, very calm. Everybody before Princella was cutting her off. Listen, I know I talk all over the place, and I know sometimes I could be having a conversation to cut people off, but one thing, my degree, when that mic comes on and we're doing a show, we know it's a show, you know, instinctually, I do, to allow the other person to get their point out. You gonna have your chance to get your point out. Cutting them off doesn't make you any more impactful. Let them talk. These motherfuckers would just sit down and come with some shit they didn't agree with. And it wasn't on topic of what Candace was even talking about. And they were serious with their whole chest. Some wild shit. You said, but I had a block for my... I love it. Ah! Oh, y'all, I'm laughing at TikTok. Girl, I love it. Okay? I love it. Tell that truth. Keep it real, girl. I hear what you talking about, but fuck all that. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Fuck her. I feel you. Ooh-wee. Princella came with these statistics. She came with dates. She came with logic. She didn't cut her off. She was patient. She didn't get belligerent, angry, none of that. I said, well, damn. And see, they rang the bell saying, on Princella says she was voted down by the majority. And I've got to say, that has to be some kind of inflammatory thing that they did. They were doing that to really everybody. But that's got to be the inflammatory part of the podcast, because it's just like, what the fuck? Like, there's no reason they should have been broke up from that conversation. Fuck everybody else before them. This conversation that they were having was getting very good. And Candace at the end said, when they cut them off, she said, I'm confused. People took that as her saying she was confused by Princella. No, she was confused because she was into what Princella was saying, and she didn't understand why they cut the shit off. She didn't understand why they cut the time off. At least that's what I saw. Now, Candace can come forth and clear it and say what it is. But that's what I got from it. I could be wrong and dizzy in the motherfucking head. It's possible. After all, these are my viewpoints, right? Both of these women have their own mission. Two big issues with the world. We want a loving world, but we are controlling. Control is a byproduct of fear. Again, I say we like to control people in various arenas because our thought is, when given the right to choose or being able to truly exercise your free will, you will fuck up. You will do something that'll be catastrophic. And that's not necessarily so. So you have to almost check your belief, because is it that you believe that the majority of humanity is dishonest, scary, disloyal, disrespectful? I mean, if you feel that way, you feel that way. I'm not trying to change it. I'm just saying, is that how you feel? Acknowledge how you feel. That you're scared of the majority of people that pass you in the day. You are fearful of them and what they're capable of. You don't know what's in their fucking closet, in the back of their trunk. You don't know what's in their fucking shoe. That's how you scared you are of people that you pass. And that might be, and that's okay. I acknowledge, and again, this is something that Princella brought up, and it was so true. It just, she would come up with shit, and I couldn't argue. What am I arguing about? She's right. She said, people are miserable. Now listen to this. My God, I'm getting the chills. I know it's light language now, but baby, if this was the apostolic church, I'm about to start speaking in tongues on this shit. She said, because it's so true and it's so a matter of fact, she said that people are miserable because they had an idea of what their lives would look like. They had an idea of what would make them happy. And basically they go to pursue this only to realize that's not happiness at all. It's not about what you chase. You can't chase happiness. You've got to heal yourself, nurture yourself, be with yourself, and be within gratitude to be happy. That's where happiness comes from. She said they end up disappointed. They had expectations. And a lot of people are delusional. They have... She used the word, I used delusional. She might have used it too. But what I do know she used, they have a fantasy. They live in a fantasy. And it's so true. As a woman that can be very logical, I acknowledge the fantasies that I entertain. Now, there's many ways to say what I'm about to say. And she says it her way also, of which I appreciate. Whether you're a mother with kids in the family, or you're a woman that's out there banging down the pavement, making it happen, and you running your shit. You're a boss bitch, whatever. You might even have a Birkin. I don't know. Whatever that is. No matter what you are, one, you should have the choice. That's me saying that now. You should have the choice to choose what it is. But you also must know, no matter what you choose in life, comes with a certain amount of sacrifice. And this theory of you can have it all, well, what does all look like? If it was a pie, if this was a diagram, this is all. What proportions would be your career? What proportion would be your family? What proportion would be whatever the fuck else that you want to put in that pie? How would you cut that up? How would you divide that? Because I'm pretty sure when you get done with addressing all of those, you will be exhausted. So is exhaustion happiness? I don't know. You tell me. So this is why they say you can't have it all. Because, yeah, you can do a lot of shit. But that don't mean you're going to have a peace of mind. This lady we just seen on the internet, they said that she worked herself tired. She said, I needed a nap and never woke up. Was that happiness? In all things, we must have balance. And it don't make no sense to put more on our plate than we have to. So what do you want to do? Do you want to be with, you want to have the family life? Or you want to run the world? Because when you run the world, people around you are going to feel slighted. They're going to complain. They're going to somehow become the victim of you. It's just, it's always going to be something with anything that you choose. But you must make a choice. And after you make that choice, you might as well find some joy in it or change it. But we're miserable because we're chasing the idea of happiness. We've missed totally what the fuck happiness is. It's deep. I mean, Princella was coming after piece after piece after point, and I'm just like, I had no argument. Because when I'm listening, I'm not listening with the ears that, oh, excuse me, she's trying to convince women to be lesbians. Oh, she wants to be a man herself. Or what other personal bias I could have against her. I don't listen with that. I listen to see what is she talking about, and is there something I can gain from this? Is this something that I even maybe gain, or just I fuck with it? Both of these women have their strengths, like it or not. You can find ways to dislike both Candace and Princella if you really want to. They exist, and they exist with you too. If we looked into you, we could find some shit that we don't like about you. This goes back to, in part of my review, I must be honest with you and tell you this is why I said what I said on my TikTok. See, some trying to shut me up. I don't think so, bitch. I got water. Hold on. Try to shut my ass up. Yeah. It's always something you can be mad about and dislike somebody about. Just like we can find something and dislike you. But these women, both in their own way, that I believe both of them are very sincere and have good intentions. That doesn't mean that they might not get a little swayed here or swayed there, might be getting, you know, doing the most, getting too big for their britches. I'm not saying they don't step into arroganceville every once in a while, but I believe the core of them, their intention is pure. And they are carrying out a mission that they're passionate about. Candace wants women to be mothers and have families. And if I had to translate that from a human point of view, instead of finding something fucked up with it and her trying to put us back in bondage, I would say, Candace, that is her happiness. And she wishes that kind of happiness. She knows how it makes her feel on the rest for women. But this is where the naivety part comes in. All women don't want that shit. And Princella is telling you, hey, whatever you're going to do, motherfucker, make a choice, but make an informed one. Know what you're getting in. Stop lying to yourself. See things for what they are. Whatever you want to do is cool. I'm over here messing with Cat. I'm not telling you to. You can be with a man, but know what you're getting into. Go into situations being informed. And when you stand in the truth and be realistic, your misery will dissipate. Because you will stop lying to yourself. You will begin to understand either I'm going to deal with this or I'm not. But you got to know whatever the fuck you choose, it comes with sacrifice. It comes with complications. It comes with good days too, though. People don't want to make a choice. Because just like Princella said, again, another thing that I just couldn't argue with. No matter what you give a motherfucker, they gonna have something else. They gonna want the other thing just because they don't have it. This is why you have to be realistic. Because you got some women that love not having kids and CEOs or whatever the fuck they run in the world. Then you got some women that have that life but wish they would have had the family. And vice versa. People are not copy and paste. There are different people here. Everybody's mission is not the same. Everybody's not on the same shit. Everybody doesn't look like you and think like you and feel like you. People are different. And I think what we really appreciate is the option to have choice. But y'all gotta understand, y'all want to have choice, but you don't trust nobody else to have it. You don't want a totalitarian government, but you're controlling. When you talking about what other people should do and they not fucking with you, they not around here causing mayhem, they not around here taking the old lady's cat, knocking over old people, robbing people, and doing strange things with children, and the list goes on of the debauchery. If they not on that category, why are you trying to control them? You trying to worry about somebody in their hair dye color? You worried about the fucked up wig they wearing on their head? I mean, that shit do be ridiculous. But I'm not going to worry about it. If you want to go around looking crazy, that's on you. It's not my business. Shit, I'm on here on the boom boom, my scarf on. Somebody else might think I'm crazy looking. And that's okay. I don't give a fuck. That's what's so empowering about choice. But you got to stand in your choice. That's the only way it's going to be impactful. Because when you 10 toes on how you feel, you putting that energy behind it. And that's what they're doing. Child, I know good and hell well I ain't been on here huffing and puffing and blowing the fucking house down for 41 minutes. that's what I do know. Hell no. I ain't even played my intro. Let me hit it. Man, I'm over here doing the, like my kids would say, you doing the Julio off that Don Julio. I ain't had no Don Julio, though. These kids crazy with these little sayings, ain't they? But yeah. Child, let me see. Let me pull a card for Princella, and then I'm going to pull one for Candace. I ain't going to go too deep into it, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Because, listen, I told you. I'm nourishing my energy. I am. I just talked to y'all from my soul. That's it. That's what I did. All right. Show me Princella. Show me. Damn, 3 fell out. Damn, all this fall. Princella got the strength card with the lion, the leader, infinite abundance, infinite possibility. That head be going, that mouth be going, the statistics, the knowledge, she be going. She be working on the 808 type shit. She be doing it. She got the magician card. She takes what she got and she works it. She knows how to work it and make it work for her. Then we got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, right? Right now, I just see that as people, as the naysayers, as the resistance. But look, we got the recognition card, okay? We got the 6 of Wands. She got a community that's rallying behind her. There's people that understand. And I just told y'all what the fuck it was. I told y'all. So that's Princella. Okay. See how quick that was? Right straight to the fucking point. What? Show me Candace. Candace Owens. Big C.O. I fooled. Oh my God. Wow. All right. All right. So we got the Hierophant in reverse. Okay. So, you know, again, it's just like, it's as simple as I could say it. It's like, she came in with good intentions, but people are seeing her. There's a majority of, they're seeing her like an op. So with her good intentions and her goal and her, where she's coming from is she's coming from a place in her feelings that is righteous. She's in her own right. She is being righteous, but people don't see that. See, she got the leadership card, the King of Wands. The girl's sure about herself. She's articulate. She knows what she knows, whatever that is, whether you disagree with it or not. She stands 10 toes on it. Okay? She inspires other people. But then she's got this 4 of Pentacles. She's holding on to her security. And her security is within her beliefs. Now, Candace is not with evolvement because she has been evolving. We all have. Okay? But she believes she has
my God, y'all. Why the
core beliefs. And they are deep.
I'm so glad I just did this.
And I can't be mad at it. Because at the end of the day, guess what? If it's
TikTok.
working for her,
because why
would she change it? And she will change it when it stops, if it stops working for her. And it's really that simple.
That's crazy work.
And that's for anybody and everybody.
On YouTube,
so listen, I didn't went in for 45 minutes.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm
gonna fix it. Thanks for tapping in.
My viewpoint on what's going on. Oh my God, y'all. Why the I'm so glad I just did this on I did this on TikTok. Because why the whole time was I silent? That's crazy work. The mic was not the fuck on YouTube and the other platforms. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. I'm going to fix it. Thanks for tapping in.